Hello again, Hot Wheelers. I got the first casting of the Tooned Deora. I actually don't have a Deora casting. I think it's a cool looking car that Hot Wheels made. It's a real full-size vehicle. But I just don't have room to collect it. But I do have room to collect tuned vehicles. If you want. My channel is primarily tuned things. And the reason why is because I don't expect things that don't exist in the real world to be perfect. So, as you know, it's squished quite a bit this way. It's actually also high in comparison to regular Deora, which I think you can buy in 2026 just as well, possibly even in the same wave. I think this was from the G case or H case, I forget. But alright, so it's got a nice, I don't know if that's a metallic paint. Maybe it's not. It looks like it's a translucent blue on top of, just a casting, because the edge is kind of light. And in some areas it's like pooling to be darker. So I think it's just like a translucent blue, but it works. And then it's really neat that it actually has a real vent right here. I did not expect that, so that's kind of cool. It doesn't really help the brand printing here. The O is gone, and whatever. I think they would have been better off just having a flame job, and so you don't have to have text missing. But anyhow, it's got really tiny wheels, and then a plastic base as usual. And it's weird. There's no copyright date. I guess maybe it doesn't need one because it's owned. The Deora was made, I think, by Hot Wheels. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a totally Hot Wheels Mattel-owned design. This is a weird rear end. It's interesting. I don't know what color so it should be because I didn't pull up my computer today. But anyways, this could almost double as the front end of a vehicle because this looks kind of like a grill, right? I don't know. Granted, these are probably for exhaust, but this looks like it could be a radiator or something. And then you have an engine back here, but it could, if it was going backwards, it'd be a front-end engine vehicle. So speaking of the engine, it's nicely done. I mean, it's pretty well detailed. It's actually just as well detailed as, say, like a more premium branded diecast. And it still has the two tiny surfboards just all shrunken down. It's a little bit of roughness here from the casting, but it's actually in a good spot compared to having it on the side of the vehicle, I think. And as you can see here, giant canopy here. And it's got the seats here and the little stick shift there, the pizza pan, steering wheel, and then it's interesting. This passenger's got like some cup holders perhaps, and a little cubby there. So it's actually a pretty well designed interior, again, for a Hot Wheels. Pretty cool. There's only one rivet holding this thing together. Maybe there's a tab up front or something. That's the only thing I can... Oh, I see. The base... This blue is actually part of this plastic, so that is the tab that became the grill. I kind of wish the base maybe was silver or chrome, so then it would have a silver or chrome grill. And then that might also kind of... Well, I don't know. I'm sure maybe in the future they'll do different versions. Like maybe if they did this in gold or like a gunmetal color, and then they could have the base a metallic of some sort to look like a grill area, or even just black. Maybe the bottom is black or something. All right, well, it's really cool. It's a funky looking vehicle. If you didn't even know what the real Deora looked like, it would just look like a sci-fi vehicle, something that like a Pixar character would get into because the canopy is so tall. I like it. I'm gonna do a wheel swap though. I think I had some 3D printed wheels that I had for a different Hot Wheels, like an Alpha, I think it was, and so I printed some extra ones. Let's see if they fit in this thing. So I'll show you how I do my wheel swaps without having to drill the thing. When I first started, wheel swaps, I put a drill bit into my palm as it broke, and then the drill moved into my hand instead of the model. So I don't drill out bases anymore. Or don't do what I did. I'm an idiot. Anyways, so you got to get some cheap clippers. Like you can probably buy these at Harbor Freight or Amazon. They're a few dollars. And I'm just cutting the wheel right up to the axle here. What we're trying to do is make room for some stronger clippers. You can't cut the axle with these cheap electronic clippers. You need to actually get some decent clippers. These are by Knipex. They're the 70-125 model. So these can cut like a 1mm steel axle. And Hot Wheels are like 0.7, 0.8 millimeters. Close your eyes or wear safety glasses. Alright, so now I mean, obviously you have to sacrifice the wheel, but you're going to do a wheel swap, so I don't care. Now, obviously you could drill out the hole if your aftermarket axles are bigger than that, but since I 3D printed my own wheels, I just make it use the original Hot Wheels axle, so I don't have to do any extra drilling. But I think the reason why I abandoned these wheels is the axle hole is too short. I forgot to add make the hole deeper, but for this thing it'll be fine. So obviously a little crazy glue, got that set. I think the axle's a little crooked. Anyways, cut off some extra here. Now I test fit the length. I know that's too much, so pop that out. Okay, maybe I can get away with that length. Okay, so a little crazy glue here. Not too much, because if you want a rolling model, if you put too much crazy glue, it'll actually bond against the side of the base, and then it won't roll. So yeah, see, I don't have much overlap in this wheel, so that's why I think I ditched it. And in fact, I am gonna have to trim out that axle. So let me come back. Yeah, so I went back and looked at images of the real car, and the real cars run two different wheels, and this is, I think, maybe the second variation, or I don't know, maybe it's the first one. But anyhow, that's what I went with. These types of wheels had really small disc brakes, so that's just part of the wheel casting. This tires and wheels are separate 3D prints. And then I added some black paint, of course, and then some silver there, silver paint marker. Also back here, some silver marker, red, and then filled in some black in the exhaust there. That's the extent of what I did. It's cool. It's funky looking. Only because it's a real car. And here it is. So, you can see the rear end is all just chromed. It's not sure what the heck is there. Obviously those are exhaust pipes, but the top is really kind of plain looking as well. So, but it does have that side vent going into that rear engine. Yeah, very cool cab forward design. It actually looks like a modern Toyota Hiace pickup truck kind of thing. But I'm not sure crash standards wise if a cab forward van is the greatest idea. What do you guys think? So some other Hot Wheel Tooned things. We have the Skull Shaker, 3D printed on wheels. This thing literally shakes its driver. Well, whatever. There was an old line called Blings, and they 3D printed on wheels for this. This is their own design. What's it called though? Brick Cutter? Yeah, Brick Cutter. It looks like a Cadillac to me. It looks like a relatively modern Cadillac with this edge styling. But look at the deformation, it's just totally different. It's longer and it's really tall because it's running huge wheels. And then another line they had was called Fatbacks, where these wheels were so wide it was ridiculous, but I 3D printed my own. And then this is a Mustang of some sort with some weld racing, drag racing wheels. Alright. I'm not sure if this is considered the same kind of deformation as this. I think it was Ryu Asada, the designer at Mattel, that started this kind of deformation, which is basically like Chorokyu, like a squished and tall cabin kind of design. I'm not sure who started these two trends, but I really like this idea. Giant blingy wheels and a really short cockpit. But I kind of wish if they also squished them further. That would be pretty cool. Well, anyways, I should be happy that they even make tuned vehicles. I'm sure a lot of everyone else hates these things, just like other fantasy cars done by Mattel. But I like him. I like them because there are plenty of other brands making realistic looking car models. So many it's actually impossible, I think, for anyone to collect them all. But to make a cartoon version of a real car, that's different. Right? So I like it. And also, for me, I don't expect perfection of things that aren't real. Although this actually is real. In front of a Walmart, of all things. Okay, well, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you the next time. Pulling it out.